Welcome to How to Drive a Standard Transmission.
What about services to inmates? Kevin thinks
with a cigarette in your mouth.
Attention and so on.
Turn the radio off so I can talk to you. Get rid of that ash. Well, first thing you got to remember when driving a standard transmission is the clutch. Everything, it's all in the clutch. You don't have to drop it really fast because you'll slide out into traffic and likely cause some serious damage. So, what you do is when nobody's coming, you slowly let out the clutch, a little at a time, and you push back in. And it's all about the play between the foot and the brake and the clutch. It's really easy. Once you get used to it, you don't even think about it. Here we go. Okay, in reverse. Then up slightly on the clutch, back in, into first gear, and away we go. And we go about 2 seconds and hit the stop sign, which is another chance to practice your clutching. Yes, when you are driving a standard, you will be constantly shifting gears. Why, you may ask, with automatic transmissions so readily available on every car, would anybody choose to drive a standard transmission car? Well, let me tell you, particularly in the wintertime, having a standard transmission car actually helps you in many, many situations. It gives you far more control over your car. And you'll just have to begin to feel out the clutch and everything. And trust me, it's not hard. Once you get used to it and roll backwards once or twice, just, it helps if you can put a big piece of foam on the back of your car when you're first learning so that you don't go up. No, I'm just kidding. So, light changes, and of course we will smoothly let out the clutch. You don't do it real quickly. See, just gentle, and then you rev it up to about 6,000 RPM, and dump the clutch, and then, whoops, I better watch it. Just kidding about that. I'm just showing you how much control you can have. Like you're going down the hill, and there's an idiot walking across the street in front of me. So rather than, hit the brakes and wear out my brakes, I just shift down. And this is another big advantage to a standard transmission car, which I understand are going to stop being made very soon. And that's a shame. Because honestly, I've often thought that everybody should learn to drive a standard, even if you later on change your mind and decide you want to be lazy and drive an automatic. At least know how. That way you'll never be stuck. I mean, if you're in another land, and you're driving across the border in a rickety old truck, and your friend gets sick because he ate too many burritos, and you know the story, right? That type of thing. And what if you're driving a standard? What if he's driving a standard? There's nothing you can do then. You're gonna have to sit there, look like an idiot, while this guy is utterly flatulent. And believe me, you don't want to be in that situation. So this is why it's imperative that you learn how to drive a standard. You see, I'm in fourth gear. Now, this particular standard is a Chevrolet Cruze, and it's a really, really shitty transmission. I'm sorry, Chevy, but the Chinese parts just don't help much. And as you can see, a bonehead just cut out in front of me, and no, do I hit the brakes? No, I shift down. Oh, maybe I should keep the hands on the wheel when I'm doing this. Okay. Good, we're at a stoplight. I have a chance to actually chat with you folks. What is it? What is it about Donald Trump? How can any human being on the face of the earth look at that man and say, that's the man I want to lead my country? I argued with a couple of, I don't know why I bothered, but there's a couple of Trumplings and Trumplets that say, oh, he's great. Why would he be great? Well, he's a boss. You have some authoritarian in you, don't you? Yeah, there is a study going on about alcohol use and acceptance of authoritarianism. So back to driving the standard transmission car. As you can see, I give him a little space before I dump the clutch because most people are idiots and they don't get going off the red light nearly fast enough. Yeah, Granny, get out of my way. Yeah, and there's, an old lady doing about 20 miles an hour. There's a big line of traffic behind her, cutting in and out, in and out, in and out. You know what? She probably couldn't pass her license test now. This is why I really think that it would be a good idea. Geez, these roads. If you wanted to get your license, you should have to learn how to drive a standard transmission vehicle. Then you would avoid the problem of old ladies like that are a danger to themselves and others on the road. London, Ontario, Canada. If you're a tourist and you're in the States, this is really a good place to avoid. There's really not much around here to speak of, and you'll pay too much for your gas. So it's always good to not stop in the middle of an intersection. Okay, now we'll take a moment while I try and ignore these boneheads. Yeah, don't let me out, you prick. Okay, sorry. Yeah, change your mind. Thank you, sir. You are a human being. when you're sitting at a stoplight, I don't know about you, but my leg gets tired holding in the clutch, so you just pop it into neutral, and then you can relax and wait. Just remember to put it back into gear when the light turns green, or you'll have somebody behind you that's not very nice. And who knows who it could be. You know, it could be a guy named Guido that's 400 pounds that runs the pizzeria and he just got ripped off. And it's an ugly story if you go there, so you don't want to go there. So always remember putting it in gear. Like, look, see the light's turning yellow? Put it in first gear before you go. Otherwise, you just rev your engine. And while that make you look cool for the girls, look at all the lonely people. Do nothing to propel you. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. See, I did that on purpose. Just to show my driving skills. Out of the way, moron. Coming through. Please, Mr. BMW, may I pass? Thank you, sir. Still an asshole. Ugh, here we go. Hi, darling. No, I'm giving a driving lesson. How to drive a standard transmission car. I finally found something I'm good at. You asshole, out of my way!